welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Unpopular K-pop opinions, cause
what? I'm innocent.
whatever.
1.
Pick
The whole
your
witch hunt
reason
to unmask
yourself.
Rosé's ex is downright embarrassing. The second Rosé mentioned it was a breakup album. You just knew those
Why is it embarrassing? It's not embarrassing. That's what fans do. I think that's.
Wait, embarrassing what? What's embarrassing?
She's saying it's embarrassing that people want to unmask her ex. I just think it's not embarrassing at all. I think that's very
natural.
very natural human behavior.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You want to be happy for her.
Like everybody know, like it's just curiosity. Everybody's curious because she put it out there.
Yeah,
Now,
that's why she put it out there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. If she didn't put it out there and people were like in her business,
that's different.
She put it out there. This is, to me, this is very natural human behavior, wanting to know who the ex is. I do not. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Of course, there's boundaries you shouldn't cross. Yeah, but just wanting to know, and like going on Twitter and like, you know, look like Instagram, public information. It's public for a reason. It's there. So just the fact that somebody digs through it, there's nothing embarrassing with that.
brainless blinks would lose their minds. The minute she even hinted at exes, it was like the blind detectives were on a mission to avenge her. Never mind, they have zero clue who they're avenging her against. The suspect list is longer than Minheejin's scandal resume. Is it Jungkook, Jaden Smith, Jaehyun from NCT, Eunwoo, or maybe JYP? Whoever cracks the case wins 3 diapers and a bra. Because honestly, this witch hunt is spiraling into pure madness. Speculating about some poor guy who probably didn't even do anything, and bullying random dudes on the internet.
Right, yeah. Bullying people who you don't know, that is wrong. But just having curiosity to find out and just knowing it, nothing wrong with that. Now, if you start bullying people that you think, no, that's just wrong. That's bullying in itself, is wrong in itself. Has nothing to do with Rosé. But yeah, just wanting to find out, there's nothing wrong. I would love to know who it is. It would be fun to know. I'm not going to waste my time. I don't care about it that much, but you know.
I'm wondering like where they're from.
Yeah.
Do we know them?
Yeah,
What do they do?
Right, and you know, if they do come out forward public, it would be interesting to hear their point of view too. Because every story, there's two sides of it. So now we heard Rosé's, how, he's the bad guy, whatever. She kind of painted the negative picture of him.
I feel like she painted that they're both toxic. It wasn't all on him.
Okay, fair enough. But I would like to hear his side of the story, too. Because there's always two sides. So, but yeah, nothing wrong with wanting to know.
With no evidence? Do any of you even know if her ex was a celebrity? But who cares about common sense? Apparently, that's a mythical creature. Blinks have already shipped Rosé with half the industry, proving how hollow their brains are. The album was about art, not playing some twisted game of find the evil sugar daddy. Rosé worked really hard for a year to give us a 12-track album. And all y'all can do is stalk and attack random men on the internet with no proof. Honestly, you all need a brain transplant. 2. SM Entertainment is a joke. So recently, South Korea's president shocked the country by declaring martial law. You know, the kind of drastic move usually only seen in emergencies or when everything's about to fall apart. Martial law hands absolute power to the military, sidelining civilian authority and erasing fundamental rights. It gives them free rein to detain, silence, or remove anyone they see fit without accountability. Luckily, the president backed down and lifted martial law after just a few hours, primarily because he was isolated and overwhelmed by mounting protests demanding his removal. The whole country has been in the streets for days, and I couldn't help but love seeing idols like IU, Chaeyoung, SNSD Zuri, New Jeans, Luna, Monsta X, BB, Stacey, ATEEZ, GOT7, Purple Kiss, Cheeryoung, and others speak up.
Did we have to name every single one?
Like,
we could name a couple.
No, but it's important to emphasize who.
No, but she said idols like. When you use like, you give a couple examples. You don't name every single person.
Yeah, but I feel like who she left out, because I'm sure did she leave anybody out? Did someone not
raise awareness and even pitch in to help feed protesters. But guess what SM Entertainment did during all of this? They slapped a bubble ban on SPA, so they couldn't speak out or acknowledge what was happening. And it gets worse. SNSD Zuri shared how SM tried to stop her from giving out food to the protesters. SM is disgusting.
How we know?
I know they wanted to avoid any kind of conflict.
I do wonder how we know that. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, the ban that you can't speak out.
Maybe there was like a statement that any employee and staff part of SM do not comment on these matters.
I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. Obviously, no.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, no company is good. You saw JYP with Vicha, Hive with and we already talked about this in multiple videos, but I don't like that.
That's so interesting.
Controversy or scandal. But seriously, where's the basic human decency? In a situation like this, when people's lives are at risk, silence is complicity.
Maybe that's the policy overall.
No, I think they're in the pocket with the president. I think they're friends with the I think the owners are friends with the president.
How you know?
Why else would they do that?
That's what I'm wondering.
No, that's the only reason. Yeah, they're only friends with the president. That's why they're the one speaking out against.
I mean, they get like really good benefits.
Something like that, yeah.
Not just calling out SM here. This is about every company that stayed quiet. And don't even start with the tired idols shouldn't get involved excuse. Seriously? Just weeks ago, people's lives were on the line. Yes, idols are supposed to stick to performing, sing, dance, and keep quiet. But this shut up and perform mindset is so outdated it's embarrassing. In 2024, with so much at stake, silence isn't just careless, it's reckless. The situation wasn't just drama. It was about protecting freedom and basic rights. People risked their lives for a better future, and idols with their massive platforms have a responsibility to speak up. Not
right. If SM came out and said to idols, guys, you don't have to speak up on this if you don't feel comfortable, you know, just kind of advise them that, you know, maybe if you don't know what to say, don't say anything, that kind of thing. Okay, that's different. But if they straight up banned you from stalking, that's a problem.
That's how I want to see what did they really.
I'd like to know the language they use, because if they encourage them not to speak up, okay, that's different. Encouraging not to speak up, because especially, you know, idols, they don't follow politics, you know, like, you know, they don't exactly know the details, because that's not their job. I get that, you know. So maybe, you know, if you don't if you ignorant, don't say anything, I get that policy. But if you like straight up ban, don't say nothing, you're not allowed to talk about it, that's a problem.
Saying every idol needs to be out leading protests. But when fans are risking everything, the least they can do is show support. This isn't just about the issue. It's about standing with people being crushed under a broken system.
Simon says, upgrade. Again, what's new?
When idols speak out in moments like these, they're not stirring the pot. They're amplifying the voices of those who have none. So for anyone whining about neutrality, real neutrality in times like this makes you part of the problem. When people are suffering, silence is siding with the problem. Thank goodness some idols had the guts to step up and help encourage people and feed protesters. Using your voice in moments like these isn't about being divisive or making a statement for clout. It's about humanity. Idols don't exist in a vacuum, and neither do their fans. When the people who support you are literally out there fighting to survive, turning a blind eye is just not it. Silence might feel safe, but in times like these, the world doesn't need more bystanders. It needs people who understand the power of solidarity. 3. Starlight Boys just keeps spiraling downhill, doesn't it? If you were...
What is that?
I don't know Starlight Boys.
We heard it.
I don't remember.
I don't remember what context. I think it's a survival show. Is it that
Starlight Boys?
Remember the one where I think they're like the boys that had to perform and they didn't get a drink and like almost passed out or something like that? Like, they had to do like jumping jacks or something.
That was them?
I think that's them. It was like very
All
like...
of these people made it?
Remember this disaster of a survival show. I've talked about how they publicly mistreated the trainees before.
Yeah,
one of their ridiculous missions had the boys repeating the same dance routine over 20 times with only 30-second breaks. No surprise. Many of them broke down and some even had to use oxygen machines. The whole thing was an exploitation nightmare, and now 3 trainees have dropped out. And guess what? All 3 of them were in the top 9, with one even being a real contender for the top spot. This show is a literal mistreatment factory. The trainees are exhausted, injured, and straight up exploited. When the people who were supposed to debut are quitting, you know...
I have experienced such exhaustion.
From working out?
Yeah.
Oh, I have, but I mean, you know, you go home, you recover. I don't know.
Like, what do you have to do? Like, is it like constant? Like, constant?
Yeah, it's just very grueling workouts, yeah. Because, you know, the difference is like working out at the gym, you kind of work out on your own pace. And you have a trainer telling you what to do. You work out at their pace, and their paces might not be what your cardio allows you to do, so it is harder. Like, I remember, you know, when I used to have soccer practices, yeah, I mean, you get exhausted, yeah. You walk home, you're like dead.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's different. Like, when you work out by yourself, you don't reach that level of exhaustion for sure, so it's different. But, you know, I get it. It's not for... We never react to this because when we initially watched the video about this by Cookielit, you guys said don't support it, don't watch it, so we never got into it. So I don't exactly know what went down there, but just kind of know the gist of it.
What's a mess? These 3 guys that left were seriously injured and hadn't even had the chance to heal properly. Not to mention, the way they were treated medically was disgusting, and the way they were edited made things worse. Honestly, good for them for leaving. It's about time someone prioritized their health and self-worth over whatever this show is trying to sell to the public. I really feel for the rest of the trainees still stuck in there. 4. People are overreacting to BabyMonster's tour venues. The group's hitting the road just a year after debuting, and they recently announced 2 U.S. stops, Los Angeles and Newark. And guess what? YG skipped theaters entirely and booked arenas with capacities up to 19,000 people. Many fans are skeptical, claiming these venues are way too big for a rookie group and predicting they'll struggle to fill seats. But I think people are judging way too soon. Let's not pretend YG doesn't know exactly what they're doing here.
I think they can fill 19,000 seats.
I mean, well, if they only have 2 concerts, then, you know, that's basically split 38,000 seats across the whole country. If you want to see it,
location?
well, New Jersey and LA. So it's like
you
got it. It's big aside, East Coast, West Coast, right?
They'll fill up.
So I think if they had like 20 spots in the States, 19,000, sure, that's different. That's different.
It's just.
But yeah, if you have, I think they could fill. I don't know if they will fill up. I don't know if their support is that strong in the States.
I think so. California, everyone.
I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I just don't know.
New Jersey, I'm not too familiar with New Jersey. Maybe you get the population from New York to come out.
No, I have no idea how much following they have. We haven't seen them charting on any chart, so it's I don't know.
How much they charging for these tickets?
However, they do have quite a few English songs, so they might have following. So I don't know. They might. I mean, 19,000. Considering it's only 2 venues, so 38,000 across the whole country.
I think they can do it.
It's not a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
Monster is pulling big numbers, so it makes sense they're aiming for larger venues. YG has been in the touring game long enough to know their market, and they wouldn't book arenas unless they were confident they could fill them. With just 2 US dates announced, they're clearly banking on scarcity hype, and with 3 months to push tickets, they'll probably pull it off. Let's not forget Blackpink's early tour.
And also, it doesn't mean they have to sell out. They could, out of 19,000, sell 17. That's still, good. Like, if you sell 10, okay, that's half arena. No, that's not good. But if you sell 16, 17, that's whatever. It's not bad. You don't have to. Every time you do a concert, it doesn't have to be sold out.
But since it's their real run here in the States, for the first time, people are going to be looking to check to see how they do.
Thongs. Yet packed venues that gamble worked, and now YG's playing the same hand with BabyMonster.
The tickets are gonna cost.
No idea.
Is it risky? Sure, but given YG's touring track record, they'll get fans and seats. 5. What's going on with Shiny's Taemin and his YouTube channel? Apparently.
Oh, it's not just his. The whole fucking what's the BPM Entertainment keep getting hacked. They hacked before, in the summer, and now they got hacked again. I saw Bad Villain got hacked. No, I didn't.
Oh, it was Bad Villain, not Mia. Wait.
Bad Villain's on the same level. Yeah, I was telling you Sunday, I think I saw you that they got hacked again. Yeah, they were showing crypto or some shit.
Cardi B was saying that recently that a lot of celebrities were being hacked as of recent.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's the BPM Entertainment, all their channels keep getting hacked.
How do you get His channel got suspended recently after someone tried to hack it. YouTube claimed it violated...
to get into it, it's a struggle.
What?
To get into your YouTube?
Well, they probably, don't have the security settings right. I don't know.
Entity guidelines, and hinted it might be permanently deleted. But personally, I think once they get around to triple checking the details of the hacking attempt, the channel will probably be restored. That's not the real issue here, though. The bigger problem is that this isn't Taemin's first time dealing with a hack. Last September, his account was compromised, along with his company's account and other artists under BPM Entertainment, like VV's and Bad Villain. In all these cases, the hackers changed profile pictures to Tesla logos and started spamming random nonsense.
Yeah, that was Tesla last time. This time it wasn't Tesla. It's some crypto, XRP, I think. Something like that.
About Donald Trump and Elon Musk. And it wasn't just limited to YouTube. These hacks spread across platforms like Twitter and Spotify too. This isn't a one-off fluke or some bad luck. Sure, other companies like Starship Entertainment have been hacked before. But BPM's situation is starting to look like a full.
I mean, they're a small label, they maybe don't have the money to hire IT professional. I would think they're a small label. I don't know.
How much do you say IT professional can cost a company?
I don't know.
Pattern. When the same label gets targeted repeatedly across multiple platforms, it stops feeling random and starts looking like a deliberate attack.
Right. I mean, it can happen to anyone. It's not something to laugh about. But when it happens 2 times, first time it's oversight. Second time I'm like,
don't you think it's targeted though?
Yeah, but I feel like first time, okay, you didn't have your settings right. Cool. Adjust your settings. Make it airtight. Second time, then you clearly didn't learn from the first time.
Why are BPM artists consistently getting hit like this? What's the deal? Security breaches aren't just about dumb passwords or outdated antivirus software. They're about a fundamental failure to treat digital security like the high-stakes game it is. Malware can come at you from any angle. Emails, texts, sketchy links, shady attachments, compromised websites, you name it. Even with antivirus software, hackers only need to find one weak link in the network to get in. But let's not act like it's all external villains. Sometimes the biggest threats come from inside the house. Disgruntled employees, ex-staff with vendettas or plain incompetence. A few months ago, BPM made headlines for axing and taking legal action against an employee who allegedly used an artist's phone number to secure personal loans. It's a glaring reminder of how things can spiral.
You can do that?
You can use someone's phone number to secure personal loan? That's interesting.
Wow. Maybe you do everything mobile.
Yeah, but like, so I assume phone number. They kind of pretended that that person or that person is co-signing it. But like, what? Just phone number is enough?
No.
That's interesting.
Staff abuse their inside access. Confidential data and private information constantly circulate among team members. But there's no foolproof way to ensure everyone handles it responsibly. What makes this mess worse is the pattern. At some point, you have to question the systems they have in place, or the lack thereof. If this is an orchestrated attack, someone clearly sees BPM as a soft target, and if it's not, well, that's even more embarrassing either way. BPM's inability to lock down their digital fort is a failure, and their groups are paying the price for it. 6. Let's review BabyMonster's Love in My Heart. This track is a B-side from their latest album, and they've just dropped an MV for it. It's quite interesting that they've chosen to release an MV for what is arguably the least popular B-side. I had predicted that Billionaire would be...
Honestly, I felt like that B-side was actually really good. Yeah. I think it wasn't all English, but if they made it all English, I think it would be a really good song here in the States. It was a really good song, honestly.
The one to receive a music video.
Very different from their vibe, but I feel like it had a lot of potential.
But here we are, honestly. I half expected YG to have the audacity to slap us with an MV for Woke Up in Tokyo. Can you imagine the travesty? Thankfully, YG has surprised us instead by promoting Love in My Heart, but I didn't like it. It reeks of creative complacency. It's like YG dug up an old USB from 2013 labeled EDM drafts, slapped some vocals on it.
Nah, I disagree. I feel like it was completely different. So in terms of creativity, it was very creative for YG. Because it was very different from YG sound, very different from YG music videos. Now, if TXT or something like that, lack of creativity, because that's their style. But for YG to do something so out of the box, I feel that it shows their creativity, if anything.
And called it a day. It wants so badly to replicate that euphoric early 2010s EDM vibe that Forever had, but ends up feeling like a cheap knockoff you'd hear in the background of a low-budget Netflix teen drama. The production is as generic as they come. The synths are stock standard, the beat is predictable, and the structure plays it too safe.
As generic as they come. At some point, like, all of them are generic, though. Like, everybody's sampling everybody nowadays. So, like, so you can say that about anybody who samples, it's generic, because it's already using somebody. Like, come on, like, what do you want?
That's an easy cop-out because, like, this group works with a team of people. It's not them themselves necessarily configuring all the beats, coming up with the lyrics. They have a team.
Right, and, like, what is a generic YG formula is 5 beat switches, and at the end we have a dance break beat switch. That's like generic YG formula. All YG groups do the same shit. So if they did that, okay, that's generic YG template. This is something completely different, so you can't say it's generic whatsoever.
Girls do their best to elevate the snooze fest, but even their gorgeous vocals and a serviceable rap verse can't save a song that refuses to take any risks. YG really said, let's dust off this tired formula and slap BabyMonster's name on it, hoping no one would notice that none of the producers gave a what. Spoiler, we noticed. 7. Let's review NCT Mark's Fraxia.
Ooh, this was hot. This was hot. They ate.
What do you think she's gonna say?
I don't know.
Featuring Lee Youngji. It is a no-holds-barred masterclass in unapologetic hip-hop. Mark's not here to cater to your mainstream playlist or deliver some watered-down hybrid to keep radio happy. Instead, he delivers a jagged raw assault that demands attention. It's messy in the best way possible. An anti-pop manifesto wrapped in chaotic brilliance. The track structure feels like a dare, starting almost fair, then detonating into a synth-driven storm that refuses to let up. It's chaotic, but not without purpose. Mark's flow remains razor-sharp throughout, slicing through the frenzy like a scalpel, proving his technical game is untouchable. Even the abrupt ending with the shout singing feels intentional. Like a mic drop after a heated argument, Fraxia isn't here to wrap itself up nicely. It's here to shake you out of complacency and leave a lasting mark. And then there's Lee Youngji. She doesn't feature, she steps in as an equal force, obliterating any idea that she's just a side act. Her verse hits like a wrecking ball. And it's really sad.
I disagree. To me, she was a feature. To me, I felt she was a feature. It wasn't a collab.
You think so?
Yeah, I felt she was a feature.
I feel like she gave it. You know why I say she's more of a collab than a feature? Because sometimes the feature is a little lazy. They don't put their best stuff on it. I feel like she came in as a collab that she ate as much as he ate too.
I'm not saying this as an insult to her. I loved her verse too. It's just his part was significantly more of the song than hers. I feel like. That's why it's a feature. I would say it's a collab. It's like 50-50, roughly 50-50. But to me, I feel like he had more part in the song.
But I don't think she can hijack his song either.
No, not hijack, 50-50. But it wasn't 50-50. It was more like 70-30, which is cool. She's a feature, but that's what I expect. I'm just saying that is a feature. So I'm not saying, oh, it's a feature because she did bad. No, she did great, but it's a feature because she had less part to play in the song.
Are they both equals, would you say? Or
I don't
do you
know.
think...
I don't know. Honestly,
because they were saying, why is she collabing with him as if he was not popular? So it makes me think that she was a bigger star than
I think
he is.
The issue is people are upset that she keeps collabing. They want her to do solo, but why? Collabs are cool. First of all. Second of all, I really thought it was going to be her song, though. Why are people mad that she's featured on somebody else's song? That's the weirdest fucking thing. I thought it was going to be her song featuring Mark. Okay, that's different. You know, that's her song. You can maybe come at her. Now she's a feature. How are you coming at a feature? Come at Mark for having a feature. That just don't make no sense.
To see people online hating on her and downplaying her skills. Y'all need to leave her alone.
Of course, guys, let us know your thoughts. So leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share as much kindness as possible.